The Diablo franchise has had many ups and downs over the years, and players wonder about the future of the game. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 6 reasons why players quit Diablo. Once a month, I allow you guys to choose my next video in the community section on my YouTube channel. The next video will be a complete guide of the Heraldric Cube and Diablo 2. Thank you to all my fans for participating. Let's get into the video. Since the launch of the game, there are many different reasons why players are so upset with the state of D3. The Error 37 was a small part of the problems Diablo 3 had in the start. This was a mass letdown for Blizzard and players of the game upon their release. There's no single player option for Diablo 3 either. Since then, a mass amount of upset players could not play the game, and this spawned some of the biggest memes in Diablo history for the Error 37. The auction house was the most talked about topic in the game, and this has revolutionized how video games could be played. It was unique compared to World of Warcraft's auction house because it allowed you to gain money in the real world for playing video games in a virtual world. In 2014, Blizzard removed the auction house and wanted to support a more self-found gameplay style, introducing Loot 2.0. This patch also didn't allow you to trade with other players anymore unless the player was in your game when the item dropped. Other changes came into effect as well, such as the items in the game. During the early versions of Diablo 3, items that were rare were some of the most powerful in the game. But with this change, rare items that were once extremely valuable had little to no use anymore. These are very political topics for players, and whether you agree with these changes or not, it shows how Diablo 3 failed to make final decisions on what Blizzard really wanted from the game. Number 2, none of the original development team is involved anymore. Blizzard North was the lead development team that forged Diablo into the franchise we know now. The team worked on Diablo 1 and 2 up until their closure in 2005, which also led to their version of Diablo 3 to be cancelled. Since Blizzard's South's version of Diablo 3 that you know today is so different in all aspects of previous Diablo games, many fans of Diablo 1 and 2 show their desire to have Blizzard North return to Blizzard and make a new Diablo game that's like the originals. While many fans such as myself would love to see this happen, it has been stated many times by the lead developers that they will not be returning to Blizzard. They are all working on their own games at this time, and it seems they are enjoying where they are at this point in their careers. Number 3, Blizzard lets Diablo collect dust. While I am a Diablo 2 player, the amount of support that Blizzard has shown for the Diablo franchise over the years is quite small. Since the release of Diablo 3 in 2012, there has only been one expansion pack and one character pack released for the game. During these 6 years, Blizzard has released 4 WoW expansions, 2 StarCraft expansions, and 4 new games. While the expectations for Diablo are very high, it can be understandable the years it can take to create such a large-scale game. But many fans question the future Blizzard wants to have for Diablo. With BlizzCon approaching each year, fans are eager to hear new things about the game. But even with the most recent BlizzCon, there were no announcements. The recent video posted by Nevilistus revealed that they're in fact working on Diablo projects. But everything that has been said is all speculation. Fans don't really know what these projects are, or even if they're appealing to the Diablo universe we all know and love. With Blizzard expanding into new territory with games such as Hearthstone and promoting games like Call of Duty and Destiny, the future for Diablo is all a mystery. Number 4, the 20th anniversary for Diablo. Diablo will go down as one of the legendary games of our time. The 20th anniversary of a game should be met with very high expectations. The presentation of what was revealed at BlizzCon for the anniversary was not very appealing to veteran players. The presentation of the history of Diablo 1 and 2 at the anniversary had fans questioning if people working at Blizzard had any real knowledge of the previous games. During the presentation, screenshots of the inventory were shown for Diablo 1 and 2. The screenshots shown were images from Diablo mods that had nothing to do with the previous games. The Diablo 1 inventory showed the player using Diablo 2 items, and the Diablo 2 screenshot was similar as well. Any veteran Diablo player would know the images were not intact with what we know in the Diablo universe. Along with the anniversary, you could play a version of Diablo 1 and Diablo 3. This is more of a Diablo 3 version than Diablo 1 and could only be played once a year for a short time. This also caused confusion within players thinking it was a remaster of Diablo 1. While the anniversary was quite a celebration, these events lacked what the players really wanted, which was a true remaster or a new game. Number 5. Diablo 2 bots are still up and running. The large scale of bots in Diablo 2 has been a problem for many years now. While ban waves are still occurring, recently the longest period that bots were disabled was for 3 months. This has caused a massive upset for players who want a legitimate experience from Diablo 2. The bots cause a mass flood of items in the economy, making ladder resets less exciting and short. Number 6. The players of Diablo 2 suffer. Even to this day, players of Diablo 2 have had many issues with the experience they want from the game. While Blizzard has worked towards some of these issues even in recent weeks, players have had a mass amount of characters deleted while they were not even expired. Character expiration, transferring items, and the desire for a legitimate experience are some of the major issues with Diablo 2. Transferring items has always been a struggle and a risk for players, since you cannot run multiple game clients at the same time to transfer items risk-free. Players would have to download third-party programs to run multiple clients. To avoid a permanent ban, you would have to ask Blizzard on the forums if the programs you are using are not bannable. The inventory stash per character is very small. For many years, to transfer your items, you had to create a game, wait 5 minutes to perm the game, and then drop your items on the ground and then rejoin the game with a mule character. While some of these players didn't know of this tactic, they would join random games and risk their items being stolen by other players in that game. In 2017, this was made easier for players since games automatically permed and you didn't have to wait 5 minutes. There is still a risk involved if your internet were to go out or the game crashed. While this issue has been made easier recently with the patch to auto-perm games and tools such as D2X or Sandboxy, it is still quite inconvenient that the players need to fix these problems on their own and go beyond the boundaries of Blizzard to get the experience that they want. It still questions the lack of support for Diablo 2, when mods such as Path of Diablo, Median XL, and /Diablo provide a larger inventory space and a bot-free community. There are 6 reasons why players quit Diablo. Make sure you guys subscribe if you want to keep up with my new Diablo videos. Also hit the little bell button down there below so you guys can get notifications on when I upload them. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you on my next video.